Hello guys, this is Akshay. So let's see the very important question of section B. That is like very repeated question. All contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. So let's see. Yes, this statement is very true that all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. Let's see the explanation for this thing. Okay. Definition of contract. According to section 2H of Indian Contract Act 1872, an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. Okay. For example, A offered to sell his bike to B for 1 lakh rupee. B accepts the offer. Such an agreement between A and B is a contract as it creates a legal obligation if in case B refuses to pay 1 lakh to A after receiving the bike from him. A can sue B in the court of law. Okay. Agreement is clear. Contract is clear. Next, we'll see the definition of agreement. Okay. Agreement, according to section 2E, as every promise or every set of promise forming consideration for each other is an agreement. Okay, for example, A, same example we'll take. A offers to sell his bike to B. Okay, for rupees 1 lakh. B accepts the offer of A. Okay, this offer after acceptance becomes promise and is treated as an agreement between two parties. Okay, next we'll see the illustrations for this. Okay, an agreement to become a contract must give rise to legal obligation. True. An agreement can be of various types. For example, social, religious and legal. Okay. Social and religious agreements are not enforceable by law because there is no intention to go in a legal obligation, like a create a legal obligation. Okay. And they cannot sue each other in a court of law. Let's see the leading case, Balfour versus Balfour, 1919. Mr. Balfour was employed in Ceylon. Mrs. Balfour was owing to ill health, had to stay in England and could not accompany him to Ceylon. Okay. Mr. Balfour promised to send her 30 pounds per month while he was abroad, but Mr. Balfour failed to pay that amount. So, Miss Balfour filed a suit against her husband for recovering the said amount. Okay, then the court held that it was a mere domestic agreement and that the promise made by the husband in this case was not intended to be a legal obligation. In this case, the intention not to create legal obligation was clear from the conduct of both the parties. Okay. Next. Okay. If the parties specify or the circumstances indicates that the party intend to create legal relationships through its even agreement between husband and wife will be legally enforceable. So okay, let's see another example. Okay, Mr. Mukesh invites Mr. Vijay to a dinner, okay, at his house. Mr. Vijay accepts it. Okay, it is a purely social agreement. Mr. Vijay fails to arrive at the dinner or Mr. Mukesh has to go out and is not available at his place at the dinner time. Due to some other important work, either of the parties cannot sue each other for not fulfilling the promise. The reason being there was no intention between the parties to create any legal obligation. Thus, the contract equals to agreement plus enforceability at law. So let's see the conclusion for this. Yes, from the above it can be concluded that agreement can be of various types, social, religious and legal, but all agreements do not intend to create legal relationship. So the agreement which creates legal relationship are called contract. So we can say that all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. Thank you.